right, boys, we have another top 10 for you guys. We have another zero chill, the final zero chill drop. I thought it was coming today, but it looks like it's coming tomorrow. And yes, I don't think there's a wide receiver leaked in that, so might as well get the top 10 wide receivers. There are so many that came out with presents. I think there was 3 in presents alone. We've gotten some LTDs, so many new cards dropping. We had to update it, man. Let me just get right into it because this list looks nothing like it did 11 days ago when I posted the last one.
If you're looking for cheap, fast coins to build that God Squad you always wanted, check out my sponsor, U4GM, and use code SHOE for 5% off your order.
Number 10, I do have Tom Brady, and honestly, I thought this card was going to be elite. Obviously, when it comes to build, he's 6'4", 94 speed. Like, he is top end across the board right there. When it comes to catching stats and also route running, he's elite. It does suck that he only has 89 deep, but for now, you have the zero chill boost. It's going to be 91 base anyway. But Tom Brady, this is the thing where you have to test the card out sometimes, boys. You have to play with cards sometimes. This dude is one of the weirdest moving cards ever. Sometimes he plays like a Randy Moss or DK Metcalf, like a big wide receiver, like perfect in this game. And then sometimes he moves so clunky. And also, I've noticed the one thing with him too. It sounds like I'm just hating on him, but there are very good things. I just wanted to point out the bad things first. He does have 92 stamina, but I don't know if it's just like a glitch thing with him. I use this card for 10 plus games. Like, I use him for my entire Mutt Champs run. He got tired so fast for me. He got hawked down more than anybody I've ever played with. I don't know if this has been a thing for you guys as well. He's still very good. He still makes the top 10 when there are so many good zero chill cards. But I don't know. I was just hoping for a little bit better. He does, I believe, get the route tech as well from it. Yeah, he does get route tech for 0, which is awesome. And then obviously whatever ability you want here. But I don't know. Tom Brady, I felt like he should have been better. Honestly, if I felt like he was better, I would have had him above probably the next 3 cards in this list. But this is one of those cards that I just put in the game. I played with him, and I just did not feel too good with this card personally. And I've heard very similar from the Twitch chat and also some YouTube comments. But number 9, we probably have the worst Tyreek card of all time. And that's crazy because he has like the highest standards ever. He gets 0 chill cards basically every year, and he's always the fastest card in the game. But this year they gave him 95 base speed, and that means we have so many 95 base speed. The only thing Tyreek Hill has on people is speed. But when he gets the same speed as other people who are 6'1", 6'3", 6'4", right? He has no value. Let me not say that. He doesn't have the value he used to have, right? So they gave him the same speed. They gave him the base speed. It's just basically a short, fast Tyreek. I don't know. It's crazy to say this is the worst Tyreek card ever because he's still falling at number 9 on this list, but I do still think he is tough. He also does only get 1 0p, and it's not going to be route tech. I just feel like the shorter guys do run routes a little bit better for certain routes, like drags, like anything like zigs against man coverage. I think he plays amazing there, but no high ball, no really good sideline playability. It holds him back, man. I feel like the highest I could put him right now is 9. Unless he had 96, he'd probably be in like the top 5, top 6, but can't put him any higher than this right now. But number 8, we have probably I would say one of the least popular cards on this list. I never, ever play against Keon Coleman. I never see him out there, and I don't know why that is. He is 6'3", so great height on him, while also having good speed. 94 is not the 95 we just saw on Tyreek, right? But it also, it's still pretty top end, especially with all the boosts and like the height. It helps a lot, right? He also does get route tech for 0 AP and another 0 AP, whatever you want. I don't know why Keon Coleman's not used a lot. This is where I start to think the list becomes super, super elite. Like, we're getting some of the best cards. The wide receiver is probably the deepest position in the game as well. There's so many cards in the top 10, or there's so many cards outside the top 10 that should have probably had an argument for it. But Keon Coleman, one of my favorite cards in the game. I only got to use him a little bit because there's a lot of top dogs here, but he's very, very good. And one of the cheaper guys on this list, believe it or not. Now we move over to number 7, where big Mike Evans. I love Mike Evans. I think he always plays amazing in Madden. He also gets a top-tier theme team in the game. Bucks has been one of the better theme teams the last month or two, running all the way back since like Team Diamonds have came out. And obviously, 6'5". That's the big glaring thing with him. He is the tallest guy, or tied for the tallest guy on this list. And then also look at the abilities, man. He does not get route tech, which does suck. His agility is only 83. But I will say, I believe he gets tank. I think that's what I was using on him, right? Wasn't I using tank on him? 87 trucking? I think, yeah, he does get tank, which I love at wide receiver. If you guys have used Kittle's card, Brock Bowers, any of those guys, tank on a wide receiver, people will hit stick you, and sometimes there's no one behind them, and you have a wide open touchdown, or you'll glitch through somebody. I think tank on a wide receiver is much better than even like a tank on a running back, and Mike Evans has a lot of value, being 6'5" alone, and then plus that, he's tough, man. And at number 6, we have the OG wide receiver 1 of the top 10 when it comes to like wide receivers when zero chill first dropped. He was wide receiver 1 for a good chunk of it, man. 95 speed. We all thought that was insane when it first came out. It started to become the norm a little bit, as you'll see on this list, but it's still very, very good. There's some guys, we just saw Christmas cards, like cards that came out 3 weeks later in CD, getting 94 speed. That's how good he truly is, but look at his stats, all above 90. Good height on him too, is 6'2". He's not too tall where he's clunky. He's not too short where you can't high ball him as well. I think 6'2", 6'3" is probably my favorite height at wide receiver this year. I don't know. That's just me personally. The only negative with him is that he doesn't get like the route tech or tank that the other guys in this list get. But CD's just one of those guys in Madden, man. He balls out. And this is also, I want to say, he's the most popular guy in this list? This is probably the guy I run into the most. It seems like everybody has him, or at least did have him. At number 5, we got that man, Jamar Chase. This is another one where I feel like I just don't run into this card. I don't know why it is. He is starting to get a little bit cheaper, which is nice. He was like $1 million when he first dropped. I think he's down to like 700, 800K. 95 speed on him. He's a little bit shorter than CD, but abilities is the reason why I'm ranking him higher. Obviously, stat-wise, if you guys have not, I mean, I think most of you guys who watch my videos know, but if you're above 90, it's a threshold game. It's not like 94 is going to be much better than 90. As long as you're above 90, you're hitting that threshold, they're going to be fine. So I don't really talk about those too much as maybe some other YouTubers, streamers do, but he does get route tech for 0, and he also does get another 0 AP. That is the reason why I like him better than CD. The 0 AP route tech is so valuable in my opinion. You throw that on a very solid height player with 95 speed. Jamar Chase is tough, man. I'm telling you, this top 5 up here is elite. At number 4, we literally have a Jamar Chase clone. Like, they are almost the exact same card. You could definitely interchange them. I think the reason why when I was making this top 10 originally, when I was drawing it up before I started recording, I put him here because value. I mean, they're literally the exact same card. There's nothing different about them. Same height, same speed, and also all 90 above their thresholds. Both get 0 AP route tech. Both get another 0 AP bucket. Literally, Dion's cheaper and also gets better theme teams. I think that's the only reason why you could argue him above, but I wouldn't mind it if you take Jamar, man. Dion also, I don't know what it is with this card. I think he plays insane. I don't know if it's change of direction, 97 change direction. I don't know what it is. He moves so well, dude. I have human joystick and route tech on him, and I love it. I think I do have human joystick on him. He is insane, man. I'm telling you, Dion's just a different card in this game. Number 3, we got that man, Brian Thomas Jr. Honestly, I think the LSU boys are taking over the league. I'm not going to try to ruin it, but yeah, I think you guys all know who's coming up on this list as well. Brian Thomas is elite in this game. He got one of the best budget beast cards at 87 at the beginning of the year. I don't remember what overall was, but he was really good at the beginning of the year. It's like an 84 and 87. And then he got that other team of the week card, which was the best wide receiver in the game at the time. And now he gets a top 3 receiver again, man. 6'3", so obviously a tall wide receiver. He's 95 speed, elite. I mean, his stats, like I said, the thresholds are a thing, but his lowest stat, if you are a guy that believes in those, he is 93, his lowest stat, which is insane to think about. And then also abilities, 0 AP route tech. I think he gets route tech. No, he does not get route tech. I remember, I do have him on my team right now. What I'm using, honestly, is short and elite and short out, and he has been frying. I think Brian Thomas is one of the best wide receivers in the game. This dude moves well. He also is huge for high balls. Great card to have. And also, he tanked in price, too. I think people are getting scared of that leaked bundle coming out with the guaranteed LTD in it. He fell down to like 700, which was a great buy, in my opinion. Number 2, I got that man, Calvin Johnson. I do think tall wide receivers, brickier wide receivers are a lot worse after the catch. Like, I think he moves awful after the catch, but I do think the value of having him on the sideline, high ball bailouts, or even just agging like on a bad read, he will bail you out so many more times than probably every wide receiver on this list. 95 speed is ridiculous on him too. He's literally a monster, dude. 90 plus in every stat. He has 2 97s, one being spec and one being deep out running. He is way too good. Also, being 240 pounds, basically, he falls forward so much, which I love. You can't really move and make people miss, but you'll fall forward a lot. And they also still gave him 92 agility. Down here, you can see right on the dot to where he gets his 0 AP route tech, man. Calvin Johnson's a monster. I think people could argue him as the best wide receiver, but I think this next guy, he's way too good right now. And at number 1, the only 96 speed rated card in the entire game. There's not a single card on defense. There's not a single card on offense besides him. Well, I think we could see J2K tomorrow, but there's only going to be a certain limited of those. Malik Neighbors is wide receiver 1, man. He is 6 foot, so he's not too tall, not too small, like I mentioned earlier. He is the best route runner I've seen yet this year. I don't know if it's just because how fast he is or if because his route running and all that's all good, but also 0 AP route tech. He also gets the human joystick, whatever you want to run down here. But look at his stats, too. I mean, he does have a 96, 95, a 96 right there, too. I mean, Malik Neighbors is a monster. By far the best route running or separation card I've used all year. I mean, if you've been in my stream since he's came out, you've probably seen how much I've raved about him, man. Malik Neighbors is so good, man. I promise you guys, go scoop him. He's 700K right now for wide receiver 1. That's ridiculous. All right, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment down below your wide receiver trio or how many wide receivers you're running right now. I appreciate you guys. We got Zero Chill coming out tomorrow, and Happy New Year. I'll see you guys in 2025, boys. Peace out, man.